Hello folks, welcome back. I'm going to make this intro quite brief because I'm actually heading out the door right now to do some more photography. The conditions at the moment here in the Lake District are absolutely fantastic for landscape photography. Lots of changeable light and stormy conditions. That's exactly what I had in this video. Epic conditions, I would say. I'm giving it the big build up, but it really was a great shoot this. Now, it was a bit of a challenge in terms of putting the photography and the videography together, so hopefully you'll keep that in mind. It's a little rough around the edges, but I've got a couple of images that I'm really happy with, and one of them is actually on the wall now. So if you want to see how that turned out, stay to the end and I'll show you the finished image. But right, I'm going to get going because as I say, I need to get out and capitalize on this light. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Here it is. Hello folks, welcome back. Tonight, hopefully I'm going to have a little bit more success than I've had recently on the channel. Been doing a lot of hill walking, but not much joy on these walks, even though they've been lovely walks. So I'm going to keep it a little bit lower level tonight. It is a little bit of a, well, it's a 15-minute yomp up the hillside basically, but the spot I'm going to tonight, it's a spot that I actually photographed on the channel near the start of when I started making videos, and I actually came here on a workshop on Monday night with a lovely chap called William, and it refreshed my memory of the place, and I thought, why have I not been coming up here myself? Because some of the compositions up there are really lovely, and because we're coming into early autumn now, the distant view towards Haystacks and Fleetwith Pike behind me are really, really nice. So that's the plan tonight. So this shoot tonight isn't going to be a particularly long one, or that's what I'm planning anyway. I really just want to kind of get in here and get out. I was looking through my work the other day in the gallery, and I think we all experience this from time to time, but just been looking through some stuff and feeling like some of my work's a little stale and I need to get back out to some of the locations that I used to shoot years ago. This is a good example of it actually, in that it's not the kind of classic shot you would expect to see from Buttermere here, but it's an interesting one, and it's more like the kind of stuff that I used to shoot years ago before going full time. Now, I spoke many times on this channel about the kind of unique pressures, I guess, that come with running a gallery in terms of producing saleable work, but sometimes I think it's good just to get out and shoot for yourself a little bit. So that's what I'm kind of trying to do tonight. I'm not really too interested in whether this is a gallery image or not, but more just to get out and shoot the early autumn colour. Now, it is starting to show little signs of transition here. I mean, we're only in mid-September, so it is still quite early, but it's always that time of year, isn't it, where there's a bit of anticipation about what's to come. Are we going to get a really good autumn? Are all the leaves going to get blown off the trees by stormy weather? Who knows? But I'm really looking forward to the autumn period coming up. So I'll just stop you here. We're going up there. So as I say, it's a little bit of a trek up the hillside for a short period, but some lovely waterfalls up there, and they're all in spate at the minute after a period of rain. You can see just in the distance there's a little tree that's already starting to turn colour a little bit. Now I'm hoping, if you look up there's quite a lot of patchy cloud. That's where the sun is setting at the moment. Now once it moves to the right of that peak up there, that's kind of the front of what it'll be like high style. I'm hoping to get light in the distance there. If I just turn this round, sorry, I don't want to make you seasick here. Yeah, I'm hoping to get light on Fleetwith Pike there in the distance. Okay, so we've made it up here, and looking at these clouds, I think I'm going to get an absolute soaking soon. My fiance's just texted me where we live out on the coast. There's loads of black cloud passing over, and I can hear rumbles of thunder as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to get wet. But yeah, I've just come away from the waterfalls a little bit because it's really loud down there. I'm always a bit paranoid about the sound quality. Usually when I get home, it's fine, but you can hear yourself think down there, so it's easier if I talk you through this composition from up here. Now, this set of waterfalls, listen, it's been photographed before, I'm not saying it hasn't, but loads of people come to Buttermere to photograph the lake, but I'd highly recommend you come and have a look at these waterfalls, because the view towards Fleetwith Pike here is really nice, and you know, when you get conditions like tonight where it's changeable, I think this makes a really good photograph. Now, I'll say this a lot on this channel, in that there's always a compromise with doing this, and the compromise in this shot is that further down the waterfalls there's actually much better compositions, but the problem down there is that because you're a bit lower down, you lose a lot of the mid-ground in the scene, whereas from up this sort of elevated viewpoint you get a lot more of the mid-ground in the shot. So while the little brooks here aren't quite as good, I think it overall makes for a better picture. Now, the composition I'm going for to start with, I'll probably take two shots here, one in landscape, one in vertical, but the vertical one is the one that I think works best. You've got a lovely little intersection of parts of the waterfall here, sort of feeding down into a little point, and then they run round towards a little tree there in the distance. Now, that tree, in a few weeks' time, when it's starting to turn yellow, I think it's going to be a really good shot. So I probably will come back here and take this shot again. But for now, the main aim here, now as I speak, this rain's coming in, so I'll stop waffling in a minute. The main aim here is to hopefully get a shot, as this weather clears through, a bit of spotlight on Fleetwith Pike. So that's what I'm going to try for first. Right, I'm going to stop this because here's the rain. Okay, so this is why landscape photography can be so bloody frustrating sometimes. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Over in the distance there towards the bottom of Buttermere, the light is absolutely glorious, and unfortunately, if I was to move from here, I basically haven't got time to get over to somewhere to shoot it, so I'm committed to this composition. So hopefully the light will come round and I will get something on my intended target, but honestly the light over there is absolutely glorious. You can see why you've got to take a chance on the conditions sometimes. I was, you know, fully prepared to get soaked here, but the light right now is absolutely amazing. I just need it in the shot. So anyway, fingers crossed. Here's the rain. I probably should have brought a jacket. Oh my God, it is absolutely tipping down. Oh my God. Right, hopefully this clears through and something good happens. Okay, I'm just filming this very quickly because, as you can see in front of me, there is an absolutely epic cloud over the top of Fleetwith Pike. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking shots as it's moving across. So I've got variations of this. That is absolutely incredible. That's unbelievable. It's just starting to break up now over the top of the mountain there, but it's creating a lovely shape. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. This is not what I planned, but I'll take it. Wow, that was a bit wild. I got absolutely drowned, as you can probably tell. Should have brought a rain jacket. It wasn't forecast that rain at all. It was only forecast like 30-40% cloud, but it's absolutely tipped it down there for about 25 minutes. So I've done my best to kind of piece together what footage I can, but when it gets that heavy, there's a real risk to the equipment. And this little Osmo Pocket 3 that I'm filming on, it's not waterproof, so I couldn't really get a lot of footage there. I tried my best with my phone, and I also got my second camera out, Z6 III, to try and do a little bit as well. But I mean, just unbelievable there for about 20 minutes. Really intense shower, and that thunder that I was talking about before, it let me know there, didn't it? Now, what I think I've actually come away with there is something that is probably a bit more interesting than what I had planned. I mean, I'd envisaged the shot with a bit of light on Fleetwith Pike and, you know, maybe some interesting clouds or whatever. But there, I mean, that's much more the kind of stuff I like to shoot, to be honest. Yes, you're going to get drowned now and again, but you will occasionally come back with an interesting picture. I mean, the light in the top right corner there over haystacks was absolutely gorgeous for about 10 minutes. I was getting like a nice soft, like diffused glow in that top right corner, and it was illuminating the foreground very gently as well. You were really getting like a saturated colour out of the greens and the yellows here in the foreground. And then once that passed, I think I've got a bit of footage of it here. I don't know what order any of this is in, my head's a bit scrambled, but there was an absolutely amazing cloud drifted over the top of Fleetwith Pike there. And I took a few different versions of it so I can kind of blend them together with a shot of the waterfall. So, wow, that was a bit intense. I'm going to go back and get dry. I might come back here and do a bit more shooting at some point, as I say, this autumn when the colours have turned. But for now, I think that shot will do. I was going to take a couple more here, but really, I don't think they're going to improve on what I've already got. So I'll stick with this one shot. And yeah, wow, worth coming out.